So lots of new gun owners, lots of my friends sending me messages about buying firearms. I just want to go over a real quick rundown on nomenclature, the terms that we use to describe the parts of the gun, how the gun functions, and 4 universal rules for firearm handling for gun safety. Okay, so I'm going to start with the magazine. All right, this is the magazine. It holds the ammunition. Top of the magazine, we have a follower right there. It follows the ammunition up to the top, and there is a magazine spring inside there. At the bottom is a base plate. Now I'm going to be using these snap caps. They are not real ammunition. All right, they are for practice. There's no live ammo near me here, but I'm going to explain the ammunition using one because it's pretty close to looking like a real thing. So here at the front of the ammo, you would see a bullet. This is the bullet. That's the actual projectile that comes out of the gun. There's a case behind it. The case would have gunpowder in it. And at the back, you see this rim on the case right there. I'll talk about that rim a little bit more in a minute when we talk about function. And a primer in the center. So the firing pin in the gun hits the primer, and that causes the spark, which ignites the gunpowder, which burns really fast and sends the bullet or the projectile forward through the barrel. All right, when we load the magazine, the bullets go in here and back. So we take the ammo, right, and it goes in and then back. That's how you load it. All right, these are another snap cap, not real ammo right there. Now, on the gun itself, this is a Glock 34. I said there's no ammunition in here or anywhere near me. We're going to start at the bottom of the gun and we're going to work our way up. Where we put the magazine in the bottom here, this is the magazine well right there. As we move up the gun, we have our magazine release right there. It's this button that we press to release the magazine. On the side of the magazine, you'll see this little cleft right here. The back side of where that button gets pressed, if you'll watch when I push the button, see that little piece of right there, how it moves forward? All right, that's in there holding that in place. So when I press the button, magazine falls out. Now, this is the slide stop right here. The follower that we talked about earlier on the magazine, when the magazine is empty, it's pressing that slide stop up. So watch as I push this in, you'll see the slide stop move up. All right. So when it's empty, it's pressing that up. There's a little divot here, so when this comes back, when the gun's empty, it locks the slide to the rear. So when you fire your last round, the slide will lock to the rear, and you can press that magazine button to drop the mag. If I want to drop the slide, I want the slide to return to battery, I can press that downward towards the ground this way, not in towards the gun, but down towards the ground, and that'll drop it. Or I can take the slide, pull it back so it releases that, and let it go, and it'll return forward. This is our trigger guard, and this is our trigger right here. On the Glock pistol, you'll see that the trigger has this little doohickey on the front of it. See that guy right there? All right, that stops the trigger from going back unless you're pressing it down. All right, so unless your finger's in there, the trigger won't go back. Here at the top of the gun, we have our slide, we have our rear sight, and our front sight. All right, and we have our barrel here. The barrel, the front of it, we call it the muzzle. That's where the bullets come out of. And the back of it is the chamber. That's where the ammunition is chambered when it's ready to fire. Underneath the barrel, all right, you see a recoil rod right here. It's got a spring around it, which you can't see right now because it's compressed back in the gun because the slide has pulled back. That is the spring that pulls that guy forward like that, all right, which makes this function. Then it's a semi-auto, okay? So it's self-loading. Every time you fire, it comes back, and then it loads another round. So take our magazine, we push our ammunition down and back like so, all right? Bullets forward into the magazine well, and like that, The magazine is in the gun, but there is no bullet in the chamber. The slide has to cycle first. So I'm going to pull the slide back, and as it goes forward, it pushes that round into the chamber. And then when the gun fires, what's going to happen is, here on the side, you'll see an extractor claw, like this. Remember I talked about the rim on the case a little bit ago? It's holding that rim on the case, and the gun fires, it pulls it back, rips it out of the chamber, and ejects it by hitting an ejector that's inside, like that, and then it comes forward, it loads another round. Now it's locked to the rear. Push the magazine button to unload it.